Hi, my name is Anna Waggener, and my debut novel, Grimm, will be published by Scholastic Press on June 1st of this year. This is the first time a section of Grimm has been released publicly, and I'm so excited to get to do so for World Read Aloud Day with all of you at Once Upon a Bookcase. Grimm follows a single mother who gets involved in a terrible car crash and wakes up in limbo with the youngest prince of the dead as her guide. It also follows her 3 children, who are left on Earth, grieving and trying to figure out how to move on. The scene I'm sharing with you today depicts Erica, the mother, tapping into the dream of 17-year-old Sean with some less than happy results. Sean sat on a cliff, his legs dangling over the edge and his hands gritty with black earth. He could feel the wind grate the back of his neck, where his skin stretched tight with sunburn and where his sweat gathered in a tangle of hair. He could feel a layer of loose sand shifting under his weight, sticking to the backs of his shins, a little more each time he touched the crumbling ledge. He could feel his mother beside him, could smell her perfume, but was too afraid to look. When he opened his mouth to ask a question, no sound came out. "I miss you, Sean," Erica said. "And I miss your sisters." "You're dead, Mom," Sean wanted to say, but "me too" came out instead. "I want to talk to Meg," she said, "but I'm afraid to scare her. Is she okay?" Sean didn't answer. He stared at his knees and the world that fell away beneath them. He thought, briefly, about jumping. His mother waited out the silence until she had to break it. "Tell her that I love her, that I didn't mean to leave." "She knows, Mom." More silence. Erica reached over to touch Sean's shoulder, but then stopped, put her hand back down. "It's not the same, is it?" she asked. "No." "I'm trying to come home." When Sean opened his mouth, he heard his own voice say, "Don't." As his teeth closed around the reproach, he felt a jolt of panic. What had he done? Erica sat still for so long that Sean began to wonder whether she'd disappeared. "You're dreaming, Sean," she said at last. "But I'm not." He shivered. "Mom," he said, "why are you here?" "I miss you. I still love you. I still want to come home." "We lost you, Mom. We bury you tomorrow. You can't come back." "I'm not dead, Sean," said Erica. "I would know. He would tell me." "Who would tell you?" Finally, she reached out a halting arm and put it around her son's shoulders. Her touch was cold. "You'll understand," she said. Sean turned his face to hers more out of shock than curiosity. Her skin looked caked on, and her eyes were yellowed and bloodshot. There were sores around her lips, and the gums that held her brittle teeth were blistered black. He could sense his mother's distress, as if she could only see herself through him. "Why would you picture me like this, Sean?" Erica asked, close to tears. "Why would you think this?" Sean tried to move away from her. Instead, he slid too far to the edge of the cliff and lost his hold. He seemed to fall forever, but his life never flashed before his eyes. All he could see was his mother, looking down from the mountain, not saying a word. He was less than a meter off the ground when the man caught him. The man slipped his arms under Sean's shoulders and knees to stop the long fall and the crack of a skull and the jolt of a broken back. For some reason, Sean didn't feel at all thankful. The man smiled, but the warmth never touched his eyes. He looked miserable. "I'm Jeremiah," he said. He sank down into a crouch and laid Sean on the ground. "What are you?" asked Sean, looking up into his rescuer's troubled face. Jeremiah took a pocket knife from his blazer. He shook his head. "I'm sorry," he said. The blade flashed down, and Sean woke up on the floor in a tangle of blankets, his wrists crossed above his neck to block Jeremiah's knife. So, you can find out what happens next when you buy Grimm on June 1st. Until then, happy Read Aloud Day.